When you're staring at a page of red light therapy panels, the first feeling is usually, maybe this could help. But what if I'm just buying another gadget that sits in the corner and never gets used? That hesitation is real, especially when you're weighing the cost of a home device against the price of a series of clinic visits. I'm going to walk through the practical side of the Lawnlight panel so you can see whether it actually fits into a daily routine, delivers the health promises you've heard about, and offers enough value to justify the purchase. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about what the device is trying to do. Red light therapy at 660 nanometers and infrared at 850 nanometers is marketed for everything from muscle recovery after a workout to improving skin tone. The science behind those wavelengths is fairly consistent. Red light penetrates the upper layers of skin, encouraging collagen production, while infrared reaches deeper tissues, potentially boosting circulation and reducing inflammation. The Lawnlight panel packs 960 LEDs, which, on paper, means a fairly high photon output compared to many smaller, single-wattage units on the market. What matters, however, is how that translates to everyday use. The panel measures about a foot wide and a foot tall, and it sits on a sturdy base that lets you place it on the floor or a table. In practice, that size makes it convenient for treating larger body areas, think the back, thighs, or the full front of the torso without having to shuffle a small handheld unit around. If you're the type who does a post-run stretch on a mat, you can simply roll the mat out, position the panel a few inches away, and run a 10 to 20-minute session while you cool down. For skin-focused work, you can lean a chair back against it and let the light bathe your face and neck while you read or scroll your phone. One of the most common concerns I hear from people who have tried professional red light clinics is the time commitment. A typical clinic session lasts about 1,015 minutes, but you also have to travel, schedule, and pay per visit. The Lawnlight panel eliminates the travel and recurring cost, but it does require discipline to use it consistently at home. The device includes a simple timer that you can set for anywhere between 5 and 30 minutes, and it automatically shuts off when the time expires. That feature helps prevent the "I'll just do a quick 5-minute run-through" pitfall, which can dilute the therapeutic effect. Now, let's talk about who will actually benefit from this setup. If you're an active person runner, cyclist, weightlifter who experiences sore muscles or joint stiffness after intense sessions, the infrared component can be a useful adjunct to your recovery stack. Users have reported that regular 15-minute sessions after a workout help reduce the feeling of tightness the next day, making it easier to stay consistent with training. For skin-concerned users, the red light side can complement a nighttime skincare routine. The wavelengths are gentle enough that you don't need to apply any creams or gels. You just sit or stand in front of the panel while your skin absorbs the photons. That simplicity makes it appealing for people who want a low-maintenance addition to their regimen. On the flip side, there are clear scenarios where this panel might not be the best fit. If you're looking for a highly portable solution to treat a specific spot like a tennis elbow or a small facial blemish, the panel's size becomes a drawback. You would have to position the entire unit close to that spot, which can be cumbersome in a tight bathroom or a cramped office. Also, the device runs on a standard AC outlet and draws a noticeable amount of power, so it isn't something you'll want to plug into a battery-powered setup for travel. People who need a discreet, travel-ready device should look at handheld units instead. Another practical consideration is heat. With 960 LEDs firing simultaneously, the panel does get warm after a prolonged session. In my own testing, the surface temperature rose to a comfortable warmth after about 10 minutes, which isn't enough to cause discomfort, but is noticeable. If you have a condition that's sensitive to heat like certain skin disorders, or if you simply dislike any warmth on the skin, you'll want to keep the panel at the recommended distance of about 6 to 12 inches. The manual advises that distance to ensure you get the therapeutic dose without overheating the tissue. Cost is always a part of the equation. The Lawnlight panel sits in a mid-range price bracket for home red light devices. Compared with a single clinic visit that can cost $50 to $100, the panel pays for itself after a handful of sessions if you're using it regularly. The 4.3-star rating from over 3,000 reviewers suggests that most owners find it performs as advertised, though the absence of detailed review excerpts means we have to read between the lines. The consensus appears to be that it meets expectations for a home unit, but it isn't a miracle cure. Expect incremental benefits: reduced soreness,